the shooting rampage that began in Ladera Ranch on Tuesday morning and ended in the middle of a Villa Park intersection.
And the Panthers women's hoops team is in the playoffs. We have the highlights from their game last night coming up in sports.
We are here with the live report at the State of the University Address, coming live with Chapman News.
Good afternoon and welcome to Chapman News. I'm Albalak.
And I'm Herbets. It's a beautiful, clear Friday. So nice, we're going to go right outside.
Adam, back in 1991, Jim Doty delivered his first State of the University address.
Yeah, I wasn't even born yet, neither were you, but Bailey Maloney is outside Memorial Hall right now, having just attended Doty's 23rd address. Bailey, what were the highlights?
Thanks, Adam. President Doty just completed his presentation that discussed Chapman's recent accomplishments and future endeavors. He touched on Schmid College's Growth California Gold Scholarship, the Musco Performing of Arts, and highlighted student achievements. Attendees included Board of Trustees, faculty, students, and sophomore Katie Murphy, the founder of the Piccolina Foundation. So Katie, what did you think about President Doty's presentation?
I thought it was actually really amazing, and it's really cool to see like all the new things that are coming to Chapman, and I kind of wish I was going to be here for it, but I mean, it'll be really cool in the future, for sure.
Absolutely, and I understand that you contacted President Doty, and he just emailed you back and put you in. How did that work?
I actually had no idea how to contact him. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was, but I just was told I can email him and that maybe within a week he would contact me, and then literally the next morning, he emailed me, or his secretary emailed me back and was like, Doty wants to meet with you immediately. And so that Friday, and it was a Tuesday, and that Friday he met with me, and it was incredible. Yeah, it was really cool.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Katie Murphy. I think it's incredible how he incorporates his students, and this was a successful day for President Doty and the university. This has been Bailey Maloney reporting live with Chapman News.
Thanks, Bailey. Looks like a lot of energy out there, and Chapman has definitely been able to accomplish a lot this past year.
Yeah, definitely. And for the second week in a row, Orange County has found itself home to a killing spree. Definitely a change of scenery for Bailey. She had the story on this one.
Violence that has hit our county today.
Tuesday morning at 4:45, Ali Syed, a 20-year-old part-time student with no criminal history, went on a killing spree through Orange County, starting on the corner of Sablewood and Red Leaf in Ladera Ranch, California. I'm standing in front of where the gunman lived and killed 20-year-old Courtney Aoki from Buena Park. It is still not clear what the relationship was or what she was doing inside the home. His entire family was inside and then ran out to call for help.
I don't think I've ever heard of anything like this happening here, and especially for an area like this, it's unheard of.
Neighbors say that Ladera Ranch is a quiet, friendly neighborhood, and violent crime is rare here. But a local resident said that Syed's house was out of place.
It was kind of like trashy.
Ali Syed covered 25 miles within an hour, all of which were committed with a shotgun that was registered under his father's name. The shotgun-wielding student killed 3, Mel Edwards, Jeremy Lewis, and Courtney Aoki before taking his own life. Another carjacking victim told police he got lucky.
Well, I killed somebody. Today's my last day. I don't want to hurt you. Give me your keys.
After leading police on an hour pursuit, the chase ended in the city of Orange on the corner of Catella and Wanda.
If he would have complied with the commands of the Highway Patrol, he would have been taken into custody, but he ended up taking his own life.
Reporting from Ladera Ranch, I'm Bailey Maloney, Chapman News.
A joint task force is still investigating the situation. Ali Syed's motive has still not been identified.
The Santa Ana Police Department announced a gun buyback program on Wednesday afternoon. The buyback will take place on Saturday at Santa Ana Stadium. It's the first event of its kind in Orange County. Residents will receive gift cards for returning a weapon, no questions asked. The city of Santa Ana is funding it with $80,000 obtained through drug investigations.
And Anaheim Mayor Tom Tate says his town is divided following a year of mayhem. In his annual State of the City address, he refused to ignore a year's worth of officer-involved shootings.
But many residents aren't forgetting the shootings either, and at their most recent protest, they bought some new voices.
Shame, shame, shame on Anaheim PD. Shame, shame, shame.
Protesters continue to rally around the families of lost children killed by the Anaheim Police Department. They want more accountability and demand a stop to what they believe is police brutality.
They're there to protect the law and not the citizens' rights, so we got to unite.
Following the mayor's State of the City address, protesters show no signs of slowing down. The two parties agree on one thing: all voices deserve to be heard.
As long as anyone feels that they aren't included in their government, their community, their city, then we have an issue.
So I agree with that statement, but can't single that to Anaheim. They're quenching our voice everywhere right now.
It's been about 1 year since Roscoe Cambridge died in January of 2012. Police say he attacked a cop with a large knife in an Anaheim PD parking lot. While his parents remained quiet for almost a year, they too have joined the protest.
You know, don't tell us there's no video, there's no audio, there's nothing.
No video in a police
And the
station?
witnesses that were there say he was standing over the man, and he's claiming in all of his statements that he was inside the police car all along. He was not.
I'm sure there's video cameras there, yes. I'm not certain that they're recording. We absolutely would turn over any type of evidence that's pertinent to any investigation by any qualified individual or group.
Like Roscoe, Manuel Diaz's death has inspired his mother to take a stand.
I believe my voice will go around the world someday. My son meant so much to me. He was my only son. And all the mothers here will never stop until we get justice.
Reporting from Anaheim, I'm Herbets, Chapman News.
The district attorney ruled self-defense in the Roscoe Cambridge shooting last December.
And coming up later in the show, my lovely co-anchor got out in the field as well. We'll introduce you to Moore's Hero of the Week. Can't wait for that.
And we have Orange City Council member Denis Bilodeau live in studio. Find out his take on the city's newest anti-party rules.
It may have been chilly the last few days, but I'll tell you when it's expected to heat up. Next, stay with Chapman News.
No!
Oops.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go. Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to Chapman News. I'm Herbets.
And I'm Albalak.
And we're now joined by Councilman Denis Bilodeau. Great to have you here. And
thank you for having me.
I'm glad we're having this little chat. So, you're one of 5 Orange City Council members, but also a policy advisor to Sean Nelson as Chief of Staff. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, my boss, Sean Nelson's the chairman of the Board of Supervisors.
All right, that's great. So one of the things we want to ask you, we have the State of the City address coming up on March 6th, I believe. What can we expect for that?
Well, we're in the throes of planning our 125th anniversary of the city since its incorporation. We're actually going to have a big party on April the 6th, which is a Saturday, down in the plaza from 11 to about 2:30 p.m. We're going to have marching bands, food, entertainment, all kinds of fun stuff. So that's probably going to be the highlight of the year.
And on a slightly different note, it's no secret that Orange has become more and more of a college town. That's a good thing, right?
Absolutely, it's a good thing. It's great for the economy of Orange to have Chapman University here.
Now, speaking of the big party coming up in the plaza, a lot of parties going on in houses around Orange. You were one of the only council members that voted against the new stricter rules against cracking down on these parties with Orange PD. What can you tell us about that?
Well, yeah, unfortunately, I did lose that vote on a 4-to-1 vote. Essentially now, the city, if you have a party in your home or a gathering in your home, and the police are called and it's considered to be loud or unruly, the city can actually issue you a $150 misdemeanor fine on the spot. I thought that was way overreaching, and I couldn't support that. It's a tough issue, though. You know, we have a lot of long-time residents in the Old Town area, and now we have a lot of rental units where Chapman students live. And I guess I think I'm the youngest on the city council and was in college not so long ago. I went to UC Irvine, and I certainly had a lot of parties at my house, I'll tell you. And actually had the police come a time or two. But so maybe I'm a little more sympathetic, but the thing that I don't think my colleagues understand is that a rule like that has to apply to everyone across the city. And if I'm going to have a party at my home for my 7-year-old and they have a squirt gun fight and they're loud and unruly, well, does that mean I'm going to be guilty of a misdemeanor? Under the law it is. And their response has been that, well, the police will use their discretion. But I believe that laws should be applied to everyone equally, and there shouldn't be much discretion. And I guess that's where the conflict comes in.
How does City Council balance representing the traditional older side of Orange versus the new college younger side?
Well, we actually have 2 of our council members actually residents in Old Town and live very close to the university. Mm-hmm. I think all 5 of the council members, including myself, have the university's best interest at heart. Certainly the growth of the university has caused a lot of focus on it at City Hall in terms of, well, we don't want the university to buy up all the old homes and bulldoze them or things like that, because we are in a national historic district, and so the homes that are on the National Register need to be preserved and maintained, and the university's been a great partner in helping us maintain that.
Definitely.
All right, now over the past 2 weeks, on a little bit of a more serious note, there's been shootings, killings, killing sprees throughout Orange County, 2 of them just in the last 2 weeks. What has been the response from the city? Are people nervous? Are they scared about the security of the city?
Well, I think that the most recent one with the young man that killed himself at the intersection of Catella and Wanda, which is actually right by my home, that was obviously an isolated incident. We haven't had much input at City Hall in terms of residents calling or anything, but it's certainly something that we all have to consider. And I know that Supervisor Todd Spitzer, who actually represents the City of Orange on the Board of Supervisors, he's going to have a sort of a summit on violence and why all the violence recently, because there's been several murders, obviously, in the past 2 weeks in Orange County.
All right, well, we thank you for everything that you do, and thank you for joining us. That's Councilman Denis Bilodeau. You can find him at all the Orange City Council meetings on the 2nd and 4th Thursday of each month.
And Vice President Joe Biden has some advice for the readers of Parents Magazine. As Natasha Martinez reports, the VP weighed in on the gun control debate in his own little way.
Within the past few weeks, the fatalities caused by Christopher Dorner and the recent shootings in Tustin have added gasoline to the already burning fire of gun control. In an attempt to address the concerns for the readers of Parents Magazine, Vice President Joe Biden appeared for a satellite interview this week, answering one of the readers' questions about security.
Get a double-barrel shotgun, have the shells, a 12-gauge shotgun, and I promise you, as I told my wife, I said, Jill, if there's ever a problem, just walk out on the balcony here or walk out, put that double-barrel shotgun and fire 2 blasts.
Amidst all the heated debate about what to do over gun control, Joe Biden's statement earlier this week definitely raised some eyebrows. We stopped in downtown Orange to get some opinions.
I think he's the biggest schmo in the country because, you know, the talk about gun control, he says everybody should buy a shotgun. And by the way, I own one.
It completely goes against all of that to say, okay, well, you can't have a regular handgun, but everybody should own a shotgun.
Biden's response was meant to be taken as there is no need for someone to own heavy artillery for protection. As for the advice that he gave his wife, if she were to take it, it could very well land her in jail, as it is illegal to fire shots unless it is a life-threatening situation. Reporting from Orange, I'm Natasha Martinez, Chapman News.
Santa Ana will be holding a No Questions Asked gun buyback event this Saturday.
And a new form of transportation is coming to the Chapman campus. Leah Freeman will tell you more on who's behind it all.
Disneyland, not the only place you can go for a ride in Orange County. Chapman University will now offer a free trolley service for all students. The trolleys will travel the streets of Palm and Guasel, providing an exciting transportation experience.
I think it just provides a nice kind of fun alternative to get around and connect the campus.
The trolleys will be donated by Chapman trustee David Wilson, the name behind Wilson Field. The cars will fondly be referred to as Hallway's Trolleys, named after his wife.
Both trolleys will be stored at 635 Palm Avenue and run throughout most hours of the school day for those looking for a ride. So why trolleys? Dr. Jerry Price says they are a perfect fit in Orange.
We like the idea of trolleys capturing Old Town feel.
The Chapman trolleys are even locally made by Saddleback Golf Cars. In Orange, I'm Leah Freeman, Chapman News.
Each trolley can hold up to 10 passengers and will, of course, include seatbelts. Gotta be safe. They're expected to be up and running this spring.
OC schools continue to face budget cuts even though California's voters approved Prop 30 in November to help fund schools. Voters hope to eliminate the threat of deeper spending cuts, but the majority of Orange County school districts say they need to cut more. The districts are negotiating with teacher unions to lower benefits and reduce pay. The cities of La Habra and Fountain Valley have already agreed to cut 5 days from their school year, shortening an already shortened 175-day school year. All districts will file budget updates in March.
And while we're stuck in a cold studio, Taylor's out at the beach with the weather report. And you know what? I'm really missing the heat from last weekend. Let's see if she's been able to get some rays. Taylor?
Hey guys, decided to play hooky from the newsroom, but look at this weather. Can you blame me? Beachgoers and fishermen alike are soaking up the sun today. The national temperatures are looking gorgeous, but first, let's take a look at the surf report. For those surfers looking to catch some waves this weekend, today will be your best bet. Expect some west-northwest winds to be offshore in the morning, becoming lighter in the afternoon, but mixed fades of broken up waves peaking knee to chest high throughout the day. Saturday is going to bring us some smaller waves, so it might be a great time to catch up on your tan and skip the surf. Take a look at the nation's temperatures. Mild temperatures across most of the South. Boston 35, Miami 80, Las Vegas 60, Salt Lake City 35, San Antonio 70, Seattle 46. Closing in on our area, here's some local temperatures throughout California. Sacramento 49, San Jose 50, San Diego 56, Los Angeles 58. Moving from today's temperatures to a closer look at what to expect for our upcoming 5-day forecast. As we head into this weekend, expect clear, sunny skies and cool temperatures in the evenings, low in the mid-40s during the evening and morning hours, then rising to the high 60s during the day. But lots of sunshine ahead. Waves are too good to pass up. Are you guys going to come join me later?
My tan's going to be so good, I'll be darker than both of you by the end of the weekend.
I don't know about that, Adam, but you can try.
I certainly will. Anyway, sports is coming up, but before we get to that, we've got a cute little furry guy about yay high. Some pretty incredible moves on the court.
We won't spoil it for you, but you'll see what we mean. We've got the video coming up. Zoe?
Can't compete with that, Lauren Adams, but we do have a thriller at the Hutton Sports Center playoff basketball coming up, Chapman and Redlands.
Comments from the winner of the 2013 Northern Trust Open up next in sports.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Hey, we're back. Thanks for sticking with us at Chapman News. I'm Adam Herbets.
And I'm More Albalak. Now we have Zoe Loza with this week's sports update. A big women's basketball game last night, right, Zoe?
Yeah, thanks, Mort. Yes, the Panthers women's basketball team is in the SCIAC tournament, and it was a great game last night. Everyone in the house, there is Pete the Panther before the tip-off. The Hutton Sports Center is rocking for the ladies of Chapman, hosting the Redlands Bulldogs. Chapman down 11 at halftime. We go to the second. On the fast break, Andrea Villanueva takes off the contact off the steal and finishes the layup. Panthers climbing back a couple plays later. Villanueva again, this time finding the freshman Sandra Gao in the post. 2 of her 11 points right there. Next, it's Annie Yoshimura with the layup. She had a game-high 15 points. Panthers in need of a stop. Villanueva comes up with the strip. She goes coast to coast on the lay-in. Then, after a late flagrant foul, Yoshimura puts the icing on the cake. Panthers beat Redlands 64-62. Here now is Emily Villa after the game.
The Panthers needing every second to pull off a 2-point win tonight after being down by as much as 13 in the first half. Coach Ju tells us what she told her team at the break to bring him back.
Well, I told them we just got to fight because that'll be your last 20 minutes that you have for the rest of the season. It's do or die, and I don't want to go home yet. I want to keep playing. She does everything by since I've known her since 10. I mean, I love her voice. If you see her, she directs. She tells her voice carries, and that's what you need.
Together when we talk, it's so nice, and you can see it in our rotations, and so it's just really just getting a good feel for each other, and it was just like this good energy the second half. If we can stop them, there's no stopping us.
Let's take a look at the week ahead in Chapman Athletics. Baseball takes on Laverne this afternoon at 3 p.m. Women's lacrosse plays at 7 tonight on Wilson Field against Morrisville State. Women's tennis plays tomorrow at 10, taking on Cal Lutheran, and softball has a doubleheader against Laverne on Saturday. The first game starts at noon. Northern Trust back at Riviera over the weekend. Would defending champ Bill Haas keep the streak alive? Wes Rappaport was there and has the story.
The back nine of Riviera was splendid and cruel. 6 top golfers tied for second, chasing a Long Beach journeyman desperate for his first win. Frontrunner Bill Haas leading the tournament heading into Sunday. Haas had only 3 bogeys entering the final round. But the story of the day was John Merrick. Looking for his first PGA Tour win, he took Charlie Belgian to a playoff in the final round at 11 under par, with Haas drifting back to tie for third at 10 under.
I don't really have anything good to say about the 10th hole. I think it's a funky golf hole.
For Belgian, it would be that 10th that ruins his day. Belgian unable to sink his putt on the second playoff hole. Merrick, the 30-year-old Southern California native, gets his first win on the tour.
People shouting UCLA, people shouting Long Beach. I've been to this tournament more than any other tournament growing up, and this is my first win, and it's just the laundry list goes on and on.
What does it take to win this tournament? Merrick's key, putting. He told me he felt great about his short game through the weekend.
The putt on 14 for par, that was huge. That was a really, downhill breaker, about 50 feet. That really kind of just gave me some momentum into the last couple holes. And the chip I hit in the playoff on the 18th hole, that was huge. It was a really delicate shot. So I was pretty confident with my short game this week.
Wife Jody, 1-year-old son Chase, and new daughter Gemma on hand to celebrate the win, one that marked Merrick's place in the record books. At Riviera Country Club, Wes Rappaport, Chapman News.
A key member of Merrick's team, his caddy Ryan, could not be more excited for the year 2013, shouting as he got into his car, "I'm going to the Masters." The basketball community in Los Angeles is mourning today after the passing of Lakers owner Dr. Jerry Buss Monday. A memorial service for Dr. Buss was held at the Nokia Theater in Los Angeles yesterday afternoon for invited guests, and Wednesday night the Lakers had a moment of silence before their game against the rival Boston Celtics. Buss's 6 children are now running the organization, with his son Jimmy in charge of basketball operations and his daughter Jeannie handling business responsibilities. Dr. Buss was 80 years old. A sad week in LA, a tough season for the Lakers, nothing worse than losing Dr. Buss. But they say the spirit of Dr. Buss was in the Staples Center Wednesday night as the Lakers played one of their best games of the season against their rival Celtics. That's all in sports.
Yeah, definitely not just a loss for the Lakers, a loss for everyone in the NBA. Thanks, Zoe.
Definitely. Thanks, Zoe. Coming up, we have our furry little friend. We promised you the video, and it's coming up next.
Coming up, I've got information on the concert all Chapman students have been waiting for, that and some Oscars hype after the break.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous.
Welcome back to Chapman News. I'm More Albalak.
And I'm Adam Herbets, but more importantly, we've got Brogyn Gage to get us all caught up on what's going on in the world of entertainment.
Hey, Brogyn, I think Adam is in need of some laughs. Got anything to tickle his funny bone?
Thanks, guys. Adam, I think you might be in luck. I've got some great events for everyone to look forward to this weekend. If you're looking for laughs this evening at 8:30 p.m., Chapman hosts the Upright Citizens Brigade in the Student Union Ballroom. This popular LA-based improv company was founded by actors Matt Baser, Ian Roberts, Matt Walsh, and actress Amy Poehler after their successful sketch made its debut on Comedy Central. Today, the troupe features over 300 comedians performing in New York and LA. It's free, so stop by the Student Union and watch the comedians perform a sketch based on questions they ask the audience. And this weekend is one all Chapman students have been looking forward to. This Saturday, UPB and Chapman Radio will be hosting the California Love Concert at the Grove of Anaheim exclusively for Chapman students. Starting at 8 p.m., the California Love lineup starts, featuring performances by Best Coast, The Expendables, and Hindu Pirates. 3 Chapman Radio DJs will also be on stage spinning music for students to enjoy. Among the music, there will be a photo booth, VIP area, and bar. Tickets can be purchased for $15 on www.chapmanuniversitytickets.com. And the ladies of OC are returning to Bravo for an 8th season of Real Housewives of Orange County. Be prepared for new drama as 2 new housewives enter the scene. Lydia McLaughlin of Dana Point will join the cast, along with a familiar face, Lori Peterson, who left the show after season 4. The ladies have some big heels to fill after season 7 was rated the highest of the series among all demographics. With the 2 new cast members entering the territory of housewives Gretchen, Vicky, Alexis, Tammy, and Heather, I can't imagine it being a dull season. Tune in to Bravo TV on April 1st for the season premiere. And while Hollywood anticipates the Oscars on Sunday, some LA residents partied early by attending the 6th annual Toscars Award. Our reporter Annie Ackerman was on the red carpet to give us a scoop.
Award season is in full swing, and I'm here live at the Egyptian Theater in Hollywood for the 6th annual Toscar Awards. That's right, you heard me correctly, the Toscar Awards. Oscar, you've got some company. The Toscars is an award show parody where Brits come together to create 5-minute spin-offs on the top 10 nominated Oscar movies of the year.
It's the Wackademy. We're the Wackademy, and some of the awards are Best Wactress, Best Wactor.
On the night that the Oscar nominations come out, we have a bit of a party. They put everybody's names in the hats that want to be involved in it, and the teams get pulled out, so you have no idea who you're going to be acting with.
It's my 5th year doing the Toscars, and it just gets bigger and bigger and better every year, and it's amazing to have it at the Egyptian Theatre. I never thought it was Spitus. We used to just be in a little pub down on Wilshire.
Some of the parodies that are competing for the Golden Fist.
Les Miserables, I thought Miserable Lesbians. The parody of A Life of Pi,
And so we are calling it a life on P1.
Team Skyfell and I Can't Get Up, the team who's winning all of the fists tonight.
And who's going to take home the golden statue? What's it called, the golden fist?
Golden fist, yes. I don't know. I mean, it's all up in the air. We shall see tonight.
Judge Rexley said he's not exactly sure what he's going to look for, but
look for whatever touches me, whatever I respond to.
the Oscar for Best Film went to Miserable Lesbians. And predictions for this Sunday?
Silver Linings Playbook, loved that.
I'm a big fan of Ben Affleck, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how Argo does.
The Egyptian Theater brought us the spoofs, and it'll be fun to see how the result of the Oscars compared to the Toskers. Reporting from Hollywood, Annie Ackerman, Chapman News.
Congratulations to all the winners. Brits in LA, a British media organization, says the money raised from the ticket sales will be donated to the Actors Fund, a big sponsor for the event. And speaking of the Oscars, let's talk about the real deal. This Sunday, ABC will broadcast the 85th Academy Awards at the Kodak Theater in Hollywood. This year, the show will be hosted by comedian Seth MacFarlane and will include presenters such as Jennifer Aniston, Michael Douglas, Jamie Foxx, and Jennifer Lawrence, who is also nominated for Best Actress in a Leading Role for her part in Silver Linings Playbook. Well, I know I'll be rooting for Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper for Silver Linings Playbook. Who are you hoping to see win the Oscars?
I know I'll definitely be glued to the TV waiting for the Oscars.
Yeah, and speaking of Silver Linings Playbook, I thought it was a great movie, and as an Eagles fan, I'll definitely be rooting for Bradley, Jennifer, and the rest of the gang.
Definitely. And as we get away from President's Day last weekend, I met with our hero of the week, a musician who inspires kids to learn history and other subjects through song. On Tuesday morning, the kids at Loara Elementary School were in for a musical treat.
Well, my name is Steve Lawless, and I'm a pianist and have been playing the piano in public since I was about 40 years old.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How many of you think it's fun to learn?
Steve, better known as Grandpa Steve, began playing the piano in his Pasadena home when he was 7 years old.
I've written a lot of songs, most of them children's songs.
A real piano.
Some years ago, I was hired by the school district where I live to come into classrooms of the youngest kids, kindergarten through third grade, singing songs and getting the kids to experience music that they don't normally get on TV and on the radio and so forth, just more kid-friendly music. As a result of doing that, I started writing some children's songs. It's fun to learn things in music.
He believes that music is a useful tool for memorization.
When you put these ideas into a song, a lot of times it will hit you emotionally, you'll be more memorable.
The power of music is enormous because it teaches you self-confidence, so it gives you that confidence of doing things and learning along the way, which is exactly what Grandpa Steve helps the kids do.
It's local heroes like Grandpa Steve that keep kids in school and wanting to learn. From Loara Elementary School, I'm More Albalak, Chapman News. Grandpa Steve is now hoping to get his songs recorded so that more kids can benefit from his music.
And now it's time to get to that video we've all been waiting for. In Oregon, there's a new basketball phenom that almost never misses, doesn't even use his hands. 16-year-old Southern Sea Otter Eddie has learned to shoot hoops pretty well. Eddie had arthritis in his elbows, so doctors recommended that he work out those joints. The solution was to teach Eddie to play basketball. Now, the trainer at Oregon Zoo says Eddie the Otter learned quickly and was making baskets during his first week of training. Check that out. These aren't just baskets, these are dunks. And Eddie is not only shooting at a higher percentage than LeBron James, his new hobby is thought to have improved his arthritis. Pretty amazing.
Definitely. And so...
Are we able to even do that? I can't do that on the court.
I don't think I can either.
This guy should be playing for Lob City down at Clippertown. Anyway,
definitely.
As we come to a close, visit our website, chapmannews.tv, for exclusive web content and up-to-the-minute coverage.
And find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Chapman News, on Twitter @Chapman News, and YouTube at youtube.com/Chapman News.
Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next week on Chapman News. I'm Adam Herbets.
And I'm More Albalak. Have a wonderful weekend.